This is my first time cooking tempeh and liking it. I've only cooked it one time before, but I didn't know what I was doing. I feel like it's like mushroom in a way that you kind of gotta know the mushroom to know how to season it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I have some tricolor quinoa and some spinach. The tempeh, I won't keep secrets. I marinated it in not soy sauce, tamarind sauce. It's like soy sauce, but it's not soy based. I gotta look. I'll get you the name. I'll put it in the comments. With some chopped garlic, almost minced. I just wasn't sitting there that whole time and mincing it. And is that a spot? What is this in my tomato? That is a weird looking fly. Let's close you up. Stay open. And oregano. It's good. It's good. It's protein back. And I'm here outside my house amongst the flowers, the plants. I actually don't have any flowers out here right now. I meant to plant some marigold, but I got sidetracked the other day. It's always good to have. But this is my lime tree. In the nets over here are my tomato plants. And there is something in it that probably wants to eat my leaves. I'll tend to that later. I had to leave them because he don't have that many places to go, and my food is here and I want it. I've been running around all day. I only had grapes and toast, so it is more than time to eat. And I'm so thankful I have a peaceful place to eat some delicious home cooked food. And I have this fabulously huge green onion here. My other ones didn't come up. It's the weirdest thing ever, but you know, whatever. I got some peppers. I took some tomatoes off yesterday. Some sweet potato in 3 pots. I have the eggplant plants, but I don't know if it's gonna actually give me anything. And then some Swiss chard. With some new ones growing up. I'm so excited. But I was driving around on some errands today, and after listening to being on the call yesterday for this upcoming thing, I'm like, it is really, I can't even say a balancing act. It is really a wild experience being an artist, especially right now. Every other day it's like another obstacle. I feel like Mom done another. Like from the AI to just time to expenses on top of life expenses. You know, it's a challenge to want to, can be a challenge to want to continue to do this, but I do, because I need the creativity in my life. I would not be myself without it. I've done it and I felt like I was missing something. I needed to take a break. Breaks are great, but to constantly be doing this is tiring. Whereas would I say that? No, I will say it's tiring, but it's also so very fulfilling. And it makes it worth it when you finish something and you've gotten your thoughts out, you've gotten your feelings out, you've gotten your perspective out, you've gotten a message that ain't even from you out, you know. Sometimes I have songs and it's like the whole thing pops in my head. I'm like, that was not me. I am but a vessel. I don't know. I feel like it's like if you've seen the Michael movie when was it in the Michael movie? I think they did hint at it or mention something along the lines, but like if I don't give the music space and just the creative things space to come out, God gonna give it to somebody else. Of course, in that he was talking about Prince, but like I gotta get it out. I gotta get it out. So I get excited. I get excited. I don't know what it is about this year, but it feels really good so far. I've had a lot of changes, and good things too. I have some tea here. I made guava and mulberry. I meant to put some Tulsi, but it's still very good. And a little bit of honey. I will go ahead and make another one with hibiscus. I love me some hibiscus. Hanukkah. I feel so refreshed from coming back from my trip, which I don't know if I'm gonna put it out before this or after, because I have to edit things probably after. Probably after, to be very realistic. I still have a boatload of content that is recorded and is waiting for me to compile it. So I definitely have things to share with you over the past year. Not as far as January. I think I'm caught up to at least like April-ish. I gotta double check. Not a fly dry because it's still my food. I gotta hurry up. But I got some good things, and I'm actually contemplating a road trip because I want some boiled peanuts, and there's only one place to get it here in this country. I will hop in the car and go get it. It is about a 9-10 hour ride away. Ask me, do I care? I don't. I promise you, I don't. It's about 3 tanks of gas. And I'm here for it. Believe me, I'm here for it. So yeah. But yeah. But I love like engaging with other artists, and I hate saying connecting. Let's connect. Let's network. I hate that. Don't tell me that in any field. I'll be like, let me know. But seriously, I love when I'm working with somebody like-minded, or just the energy with the group feels right, or a company or whomever I'm partnering with. That synergy is like nothing before. Like it makes you realize how aligned whatever you are doing or about to do is or will be. I just strive for that type of energy in everything I do. I want that everywhere. I want that in my relationships. I want that in my work, my artistry. I want it, and I'm so happy to see it coming together. Again, if you've been here before, you know. Definitely had that before. You have made some amazing strides, and I love that for me. And I love that for the people who believe in me. And I love that for the people who have supported me and continue to support me. I thank you so very much. Because you can keep going, yeah, but at some point, you will get tired. You will hit a brick wall if you don't eventually, find some level of collaboration and or connection with other people. And I also love that about music and all artistry, from the painters to the curators, and everyone everywhere in between. Definitely the musicians. Oh my God, the musicians. I was having a convo with one of my homies who was fibbing about him him quitting. This is gonna be my last show. Get to the show. It's not my last. This is my last show. It's me. As this version of me, on to new things. Here's the latest song live. I knew there was something. This was out of nowhere. You can do it out of nowhere, but it smelled like BS. And was. But it's okay. It got us out. It's great marketing. Just don't do it again. But who was I on with that? It gets tiring when you don't connect with people. What else was I saying? You have, I don't remember if this was what I was going to say, but you have all of these new things, companies, technologies, and everything else. This is what I was going to say. I'll come back to that in a second. We'll tie this in. And just like life, you have to navigate that while you really just want to do this thing. I just want to sing. I produce if I must, but I just want to sing. I want to sing the music and perform the music. But I have to do all these other things because they're important for people to get the information, for y'all to get the music, right? And in doing so, you want to work and collaborate with people who are like-minded, your energies, mesh well together. And there's sometimes that just don't be happening. But you still gotta get the work done. So you may have one part, but it ain't quite right over here. Like I was telling him, I know the last time I was locked in with a band. Those shows were amazing. That was a while ago, baby. It was a while ago. So, and I told him when, he was so shocked. He was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." Who cares about your craft the same way you do? And who hears the things that you're hearing and knows when things are important and when they're not, to highlight? It's a gift, and it's a gift for people to listen. I was watching something with even Michael Jackson recently, speaking of Mike, and I was like, my dude's still going through this, later in his career. That's crazy. This man was having to tell people, let's do it again, because they weren't doing what he needed them to do. Let's sing this part again. Let's do this dance again. Let's do this. And in a very nice way, but very. Why were you even questioning? absolute, I don't know what age he was, but absolutely by the time he's in his 30s, 20s, what are we even questioning? Just do it. You know, you want to be where you are. You know, he already could say goodbye. He already saying, I want you back. Why are we questioning anything? So, it is a continual learning process. It is a continual, I say life lessons, maybe. So I feel like in order to create and to connect with people, you gotta take time out from the art to live. You have to experience, you have to see and talk to and engage with other people. See other people's view of the world and their life and how they just are. Are they quiet? Are they loud? Do they like a rave? Do they like a house party? Do they like just going to a library? You know, do they like to travel? What type of travel do they like? Do they like to go on all the adventures, or do they like to just lounge by the beach? Do they hate the beach? You know, do they want to do what the locals do? Do they want to do the touristy stuff? There's so many things to this life, and to capture that in music, or at least be able to speak to those different people and their different ways of being, chef's kiss. I mean, it's not mandatory. You ain't gotta do it. And some people absolutely don't. You're never gonna connect with everybody. But to connect with those who hear you and who feel you, it's such an amazing feeling. And especially when you can write words that describe how people feel and can bring back feelings of something past, or just really touches them, is a really amazing thing. That happened to me one time in particular. It's what happens when you're outside. But it happened with me in particular with this lovely young lady who her mom had just passed away, young. And she's like, I'm so happy you were here, and I heard you saying your voice just, it made me cry. I said, oh my God, first of all, don't cry. I mean, cry, get it out. You let it out, you just let it out. But like, I wasn't even singing the song that was like on that topic. It hit her in such a beautiful way. She told me, and I'm like, whatever I can do to help you get through. If it's something for me that's simple and that little, absolutely, I'll do it every day. If you want me to sing your voice note, let's do it. It's just an amazing thing to do, be able to do. I'm grateful for this gift. And I just wanted to share that and be a little transparent. As an artist, sometimes you have all these thoughts in your mind, all of these perspectives that you have, you see, you hear, and you feel, or don't feel. You're just here to be like, yeah, that's crazy. You know, all the things. But I just wanted to share that. I didn't have any particular direction for where this was going to go. And this man across the street is meowing at the cat, so if you hear that, that's out here. You're not tripping. This is so good. Ooh. Yeah. I heard a fly. I usually have a little fan that's supposed to deter flies. It really does, but in a short radius. I think it's over there. I don't feel like getting it. Let me just try to finish this food. But there was something else that I feel like there was something recent I heard Jill Scott say right before her latest album came out. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was about connection with people. I can't remember. Neither here nor there. If it comes to me, I'll mention it. But I did also see recently someone was in Philly. I think Philly. Yes, in Philly. And they were doing just street interviews with people walking by, and they caught Jill. They did not know who Jill was, or at least they pretended they did. And I believe they did not. So the questions they were asking and the surprise that they had when she said, "Yes, I do have a show." Oh, let me know. Let me promote. Let me shout it out on the show. So cute. And it was so sweet that she said, "You know what? We'd love to see you at the show." Right? You know, she was with, I guess, her 2 assistants, 2 people with her on her team. Who told Mr. Soft there or whomever to be loud right now? Hello? So now that they're with she invited them to the show, and they were just so shocked when she mentioned the venue where she was performing at. I think she said the Met or something like that. If you know, put it in the comments. I love how even in that she was able to have someone feel like they could approach her while she was on vocal rest, which as an artist I applaud her, because oh my God, when you don't want to use your voice because you are preserving it, but when you have to use your voice, potentially it can be very frustrating. But then also stay in the house, put on a mask, all the things. But someone felt so comfortable with something in her essence that they stopped her, and she was open enough, and that person's energy was also nice enough that she felt open enough to say, you know what, I'm going to stop this right now. I'm going to engage with this person. I'm going to answer their questions without being obnoxious, without do you know who I am, without looking me up, you know, without any popping circumstance, or at least displaying any sense of I am above this person. And she was just Philly, walking through Philly. And I love that for her. I love that for, I think it was a young lady who interviewed her, if I remember correctly. And I love that for people being able to witness that on a screen, and whoever may have witnessed it in person. I remember very early on, if you scroll on the rummage through the channel, you see I have a boat ton of covers, acoustic soul covers. And during that time, I remember singing at one of the parks in the city. And I don't even think we were set up yet, but this guy popped out of nowhere. He was like, "Oh my God, Larayne." I was like, who is this stranger danger? Like, I got some views, but Who was calling me? This man was groveling at my feet. I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. Please don't do that. By the way, if you see me in person, definitely feel free to say hi. Don't roll up on me though. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here or something. Maybe, you know, say hey, what's up? I would let it. But he just rolled up and I was like, all of this is not necessary. I'm a person with air in my lungs just like you. I just happen to love music and share it with people. So I am very much looking forward to the next few things I have coming up. I want to say that October I have gifts. Let's see. I have some gifts in October. And they will. And yeah, if there's anything else I'll share with you, but I will tell you in October I have gifts. So in the meantime, maybe we'll do this again if you like. It's a little random chat and like brain flush, if you will. I've been hearing so many things about people's intelligence, by the way, so recently. It's crazy. That brain flush sentence just reminded me of that. But yeah, just brain dump. There we go. Not flush, dump. And yeah, I'm gonna edit up the rest of those videos so you can see some of the places I've gone, experiences I've experienced, and yeah. And then I'll show you my plans another day. Actually, well, I'll do this. You can kind of see. No, you can't. I might have to do this on another day. But this is my lime plant over there. Yeah, you can't quite see it, but that's my tomatoes. I picked them yesterday, so there's not too much else. And now the horn is honking. So that's my cue. I'm going to finish up my last little bit of food that I've been wanting to devour this whole conversation. There's not even anybody in the street to be honking. Literally, nobody in the street. It's his life. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.